Alright, needed for this activity, you'll need a dry erase board, a dry erase marker, and an eraser. So please pass those out. Let's have 3 people help pass out the boards, markers, and erasers. Alright, here's how this dry erase board activity is going to work. I'm going to read you a problem about factoring out the GCF, the greatest common factor. You are going to do the problem on your dry erase board. As soon as I'm done reading the problem, please hit pause on the video. Whenever in the class is done, hit play, and I'll reveal your answer. I will work out a few problems here and there so you know how we got that final answer. So please factor out the GCF of 3x squared plus 6x to the 5th. Hit pause on the video now. Well, the number 3 cannot be broken down any further, so 3x squared is 3 times x times x. And 6, well, that can definitely be broken down, because what 2 numbers multiply to give me 6? 2 times 3. So over here where I have 6, x to the 5th, that would be 2 times 3 times x times x times x times x, and one more, times x. Alright, so what do they have in common? We can circle. So they have a 3 in common, and they also have 2 x's. So the GCF is 3x squared. Well, let's multiply back everything that we're left with. It looks like everything has been circled in that first term, so that means I'm left with a 1. Plus, it looks like 2 and 3 x's, so when I multiply that back together, that would be 2x to the 3rd. Let's check our answer. It matches. Okay, on to the next problem. Please factor out the GCF of 24x plus 42. Hit pause now. The answer is 6 parentheses 4x plus 7. Alright, please factor out the GCF of 32 plus 28n minus 28n squared. Okay, I'm going to work this one out. So you broke down 32. So it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's. So this would be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Alright, 28. Well, that's 4 times 7. And this is 2 times 2. So I know that 28n would be 2 times 2 times n. Alright, this negative 28n squared, so I could say, okay. This again would be, oh, let me go back up here. I don't think I included my 7. 2 times 2 times 7 times n. So here I would get 2 times 2 times 7 times, this is n squared, so it'd be n times m. So what is in all of them? It looks like here I have a set of 2's. Here I have a set of 2's. So my GCF is 4. Unfortunately, I don't have n's in all of them, so the GCF is just 4. So let's put this stuff back together. 2 times 2 times 2. Well, that would be 2 times 2 is 4. Times 2, this would be 8. In this term, I'd be left with 7n. And it'd be a positive because that's what the sign was in the original problem. And the last one would be a minus 7n squared. So let's see if that matches our answer. Yes, it does. Alright, the next one. Please factor out the GCF of 54 plus 63x plus 72x squared? The answer is 9, parentheses, 6 plus 7x plus 8x squared. Alright, factor out the GCF of 9a to the second plus 81a plus 27. The answer is 9 times the quantity a squared plus 9a plus 3. Alright, factor out the GCF of 81x to the 7th minus 9x to the 5th minus 90x to the 3rd plus 9x squared. If I think to myself, what's the largest number that goes into 81, 9, 90, and 9? The answer would be 9. So I would want to divide a 9 out of all the terms. If here I have x to the 7th, here I have 5 x's, here I have 3, I have 2, the most I could take out would be 2 of them. So the GCF would be 9x squared. 81 divided by 9 would be 9. If I started with 7 x's, I took out 2, I'd be left with 5. Minus, 9 divided by 9, it would be 1. If I started with 5 x's, took out 2, I'd be left with 3. Minus 90 divided by 9 would be 10. Started with 3 x's, took out 2, that means I'd be left with 1. And 9 divided by 9 would be 1. Started with 2 x's, took out 2, so I'm not left with any x's there. Alright, let's check that answer. Of course, I do not need that invisible 1 there. It is not wrong if you put it in. Alright, next. Alright, please factor out 32x to the 5th minus 16x to the 4th minus 24x to the 3rd minus 8x squared. Please factor out the GCF. So your answer on this one is 8x squared is your GCF. So then parentheses, 4x to the 3rd minus 2x squared minus 3x minus 1. Alright, please factor out the GCF of 3v to the 4th plus 7v to the 3rd. Alright, if you look at 3 and 7, they do not have a number in common, but if I have 4 v's here and 3 v's here, my answer would be the GCF v to the 3rd, parentheses 3v plus 7. Okay, factor out the GCF of 9m to the 4th minus 7m to the 3rd minus 10m. Alright, the answer on this one, the GCF was m, so m parentheses 9m to the 3rd minus 7m squared minus 10. Okay. Factor out the GCF of 24x to the 3rd plus 28x squared plus 12x. You can either do your factor trees or just think about what's the largest number that divides into all of these numbers. So 24, 28, and 12, what's the largest number that goes into it? Not 2, but hopefully everyone was thinking 4. If I have 3 x's here, 2 x's, 1, that means that I can take out only 1 out of each term. So I'd be left with 24 divided by 4 would be 6x squared plus 7x plus 3. Let's check that answer. There we go. Factor out the GCF of 15x to the 6th minus 18x to the 4th plus 6x to the 3rd. The GCF would be 3x to the third, parentheses, 5x to the third, minus 6x plus 2, shut that parenthesis. Okay, please pass forward your dry erase boards, markers, and erasers, and 3 people volunteer to help put those materials back.